Hello, knitters. All right, so for today, I am going to show you how to make a basic ribbed hat or a beanie or a toque. So for this one, all I did was I did knit two, purl two, and as you can see, it stretches very nicely. And this is done in the round. So for today's video, I am actually going to show you how to cast on using the knit it cast on method. And I'm going to do knit two, purl two, and then you will knit your beanie to the desired length that you would like. And in video number 2, I will show you how to finish it off by decreasing your stitches. So for right now, knitters of all skill level, if you are a little bit beyond your beginner knitting skills, here's a great way to do your in the round for a quick and easy project. And you can learn how to do your knit it cast on, or you can do the long tail cast on method, which I show a video here for the long tail cast on method and a video here for how to do the knit it cast on method. But during this video, I do show you how to do the knit it cast on method. All right, everyone, let's get started to knit our beanies. I'm so excited. All right, knitters, let's go. So for the knit it cast on method, you're just knitting it on without knitting the actual stitch. You're going to slip it on. So what we're going to do is we're just pulling the stitch. You're not really knitting. Okay. So what we're doing here is we're just tugging the stitch, and then we're just placing it on the knitting needle for the knit it cast on method. Okay. So all we're doing, okay, that's all we're doing. Just grab your stitch, and then you just stretch the stitch, so to speak, rather than knit it. And then you just put it back on the knitting needle. Okay. You can do the long tail cast on, but since this is a ribbed, just a rib knit two, purl two, I'm going to go ahead and use the knit it cast on just to have a little cleaner finish on it. So I'm going to do this for 76 stitches, the knit it cast on method. Okay. And you just continue to do that. See how I'm not knitting it? Okay, just continue to do that. We're going to do 76 stitches of it. Okay. This hat is knitted in the round. It is not flat knitting. Okay. $73. 74. 75 and 76. Okay. So I should have 76 stitches. Let me count to verify. Now the knitting cast on method takes a little longer because of you're pretty much kind of knitting it on without knitting it on. All right, so let me count my stitches to make sure it's accurate. Now, when we're working in the round, we want to make sure that our stitches are flat, okay, and going in the same direction. Because if they start twisting, your work will be twisted as you're knitting in the round. Okay. And this is where you want your in the round knitting needles to be at a decent length, because you don't want it to twist your knitting needles as you're knitting. So I'm going to close it by going here like that. You want to close it. This is the time you want to close your hat. So what I need to do is get a stitch marker here, because you want to know where you're going to be at the end, even though you have your tail. As you close it, you'll have the tail, but you still want your stitch marker. Okay, so this is knit 2, purl 2. So what I'm going to do is, first off, is I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to knit one row first before I get into knit and purl. Okay, just make sure that's tight. Okay, not too tight that you can't knit it, but just pull together, because you can always weave it in. When you weave in your end, fix that little area if it has a little nook in the stitch. So just count as you go to make sure, and don't twist your stitches. Okay, you can't have that twisted. Sure, they're 76, because I have to do knit 2, purl 2. Okay. So now that did not very well. All right, let me just start knitting 2. All right. All right, so let's knit 2 and purl 2 and hope there's 76 stitches. Purl 1, purl 2. Okay, so, and we don't want our stitches. Okay, so we knit 2, purl 2, knit 1, 2, and then we purl 2, purl 1, purl 2, and then we knit 2, and then we purl 2, and we knit 2, purl two, purl, knit two, purl two, knit two, and we purl two, knit two, and then we purl two, and we knit two, and we purl two, and we knit two, purl two, knit two, purl two, okay, then we knit two, and we purl two, and then we knit two, okay, and then we purl two, and we knit two, and then we purl two, and we knit two, and then we purl two, and then we knit two, purl two, and we knit two, and we purl two, knit two, purl two, okay, then we knit two, we purl two, we knit two, oh thank goodness, we purl two, yay. Right, so we're at the last, we move our stitch marker over, okay, that we have that. I'm just going to take my darning needle, I'm going to make a knot with my darning needle, okay. So let's grab it, through the stitch, okay, and then let's make a little knot, there we go, okay, all right, so there we go, and we didn't twist our stitches at all, okay, and we'll fix that at the end. All right, so now we're knit two, and we're purl two.